How about that, man? We are 1-3, yes, but what a win for the Cincinnati Bengals today. 34-24 against a Panthers team that, gave us a hell of a fight. But just super proud of the win, man, today. We had some ups and downs, for sure. I'll get into that, but just proud of the bounce back, especially coming off how hideous last week was for us, especially obviously on defense was the main issue, and they weren't amazing today, but I'll touch on it. But good win for the Bengals, man. They played especially on offense. They played amazing. Had a few conservative plays here and there, and that's always been an issue, especially in the Zach Taylor era. But I couldn't be happier with the way Burrow played. Chase, obviously, we're gonna get into all that, man. But my takeaways. It feels good, man, to get a win. Finally, winning is so much fun. I mean, it was like the last weeks were hard for us Bengals fans. So this regardless of how we looked, obviously, it's about how you win or lose the games. But we looked good today and we won. So you got to be happy with the performance. But touching on the offensive breakdown, man. Jamar Chase, a 63-yard touchdown. He broke like 3 tackles. How about that? That was incredible. What a play by Jamar Chase that was. And I believe it was 7-7 when that happened. So just an amazing touchdown. Chase Brown looked really good. His yards after the, being hit, his 2 touchdowns were clutch. And it really propelled us to this win, especially, getting into the end zone right before half after he slipped. I forget if it was Moss or, I think it was Chase Brown, but I know he slipped right before halftime, got us a touchdown right before the half, and then we were able to double dip. We scored a touchdown coming out of the half as well. So just so proud of the offense, man. And Burrow, if you guys saw that play by Joe on that sack, damn near sack, and he got it to, I believe it was Zack Moss. He got the play off, he got out of the sack, twirled out to the left side, and then came all the way to the right, and he found Zack Moss and for an amazing 20-yard gain. I think on the stupid refs, they called like a holding call, or they originally had a flag down, so obviously that kind of deflated everything. But they took it back up, so it was a hell of a play, man, by Joe Burrow. And also he had a similar play where he got out of a sack, but unfortunately he just ended up tossing it to the defense. So he was his first interception of the season, but he played very well overall, man. Gotta be happy with the way he played. He had like some of the most ridiculous throws, and Yoshi also had like one of the most ridiculous catches, but Burrow put it right in his hands, man. So you got to be proud of our quarterback, man. That is my fucking quarterback. Touching on just everything in general. I mean, I thought that T also looked okay. I mean, he had a few PIs that could have been called on him. He had an offensive pass interference, which I completely disagreed with, but the offense, man, they look good, and you love to see it. You love to see the depth and just the overall production that we get on the offense, man. Now let's get to the defense. So obviously we had a huge stand in the first quarter. Obviously that was the first drive of the game. Chris Jenkins, how about that? Welcome back, man. He made a goal line stand on Chuba Hubbard. Vonn Bell had an interception. How about that? Against his former team and against the Bengals' former quarterback, he has an interception. Big moment that changed the their momentum in the game. I mean, the Panthers, they had the ball coming off a defensive possession. It was 0-0, and then he threw, Dalton. Andy had a pretty good game on it, or okay game. He had a few low throws, but the receivers didn't help him out one bit. And I thought that he played well enough to win the game. Honestly, I thought that he looked pretty good, and even some of those throws that he made, those were pretty excellent throws, which I never saw in Cincy, but I'm happy that he is finding some success in Carolina. So. But, back to the Vonn Bell interception against his former team from last year. It was a big moment in the game. It really set us up. And, Chase Brown got us going with that first touchdown, man. So, the only issue, man, I would say is there's still too many missed tackles. I mean, especially on Chuba Hubbard. I mean, there was so many missed tackles. Even the receivers, they were able to get separation. And just not being able to finish plays, man. That's just been one of our Achilles heel. And I just think we need to do that, especially against a mobile quarterback that we play next week. And Lamar Jackson, that's just crucial, especially with the weapons they have on offense. I mean, it's just going to be a big test for this defense. So, especially with Hendrickson being out, unfortunately, I'm not saying that I don't know if he's going to miss next week, because obviously looked really shaken up, but he was probably going to be in concussion protocol. That's my guess. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we did enough to win the game. I mean, it was 31-14. The Panthers kind of came back and stormed back a little bit at the end there. It was 31-24. They had the ball actually, but a quick 3-and-out. I mean, we were able to convert. And Money McPherson, man, keys to game. He had 2 clutch field goals. He had a 56-yarder, which could have been good from 66, if I'm being honest with you. A fake punt by DeJohn Anthony. I mean, it was like knocked out of his hands. So that killed the momentum as well. He got a little bit of redemption for, unfortunately, that PI that was called against Kansas City. But still very proud of, the play that he made, man. That I was expecting Carolina to go for it, so I wasn't really shocked with the punt. Oh, the fake punt, that is. But I'll take it, man. It really set us up nicely. Unfortunately, we had a few bad penalties that kind of brought us out of range. Bad holding calls. Some of those were holding, and I feel like the team just needs to be more disciplined in that regard. But overall, dude, I thought this was a pretty solid win. I really did. I thought that, we played far from flawless, and we have a lot of things to clean up. You got to enjoy it, man, especially given how bad the first, 3 weeks were. You got to enjoy, getting a win, especially it's the same start as last year. So that gives you a little bit of breathing room, for Bengals fans. And you get the monkey off the back, importantly, man. That's the most important thing. So you got to be happy with the way, this outcome was. So I want to say this, man. Finally a win. It feels so good. Winning is so fun. Football is so fun when your team is winning. The offense came alive as usual. Burrow, Chase Brown, they all stepped up. The defense, like I said, they need improvement. They did not look great today. Cam Taylor-Britt did not look good today at all. Got to fist those missed tackles. I mean, that's just what we got to do. Cam Taylor-Britt has to understand he's not as tall to contain the Panthers receivers. He tried to make a few jump plays. It's just not going to work like that. So next up, we have a hated rival, man, the Baltimore Ravens. Good news is the Steelers lose today, so you love to see that. Obviously, it's always a good day when the Steelers lose. Let's hope the Browns and Ravens lost too. So we can do that. Unfortunately, Cleveland, I think, is up 10-0, so we'll just see how the game unfolds. But Ravens play the Bills tonight, so that'll be a great game to watch. And, we're on to Baltimore, man. We'll see how it goes. But for now, man, just enjoy. Who Dey, Bengals fans. I'm so happy we finally got a win, 1-3. Same as last year after a blowout loss to the Titans, and obviously in a very piled up AFC, they rattled off 4 wins. So hopefully we're on that same trajectory, and we'll see. But I'm gonna enjoy this win, 1-3. Let's go Bengals. Who Dey, guys. And also one more thing, I gotta add this. Panthers fans, remember what the real Queen City is. There's one Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to all the Bengals fans who traveled to Carolina. Bengals fans, you guys are the best, man. Don't listen to Steelers, Browns, Ravens, or whoever wants to say otherwise, because you guys are the absolute best, especially with the loyalty that you guys show, especially on the road. Very proud of all you guys. Shout out to everybody in the Who Dey fam. It was awesome to see all those Bengals fans in the stands, man. So you guys take care, man. Have a good day. Have a good Victory Monday tomorrow. I'll have a video out for that. Enjoy the W, guys. We beat the Panthers 34-24. 1-3, baby. Who Dey.